Good morning, boys and girls, and happy Friday. This is Miss Doman here, and we have our assignment. All I've done is I've taken the staple out. You received your work like this. So what I've done is I've taken the staple out, and I have my booklet here, and I have my question sheet here. So the first thing that you're going to want to do before you read your booklet is you're going to want to turn it this way, and you have your sheet, and you're going to want to take it, and you're going to want to take it where it says pages 4 and 5, and you're going to want to fold it like this so it actually looks like a booklet. So you're going to have on here who drew a cartoon at the front, and you're going to fold it right down the middle. Let's see if I can zoom this out a little bit. There we go. Okay. So we have the book here, Who Drew a Cartoon, Who Drew the Cartoon, by Becky Ward, illustrated by Len Epstein. It says, when you look at a cartoon strip, do you ever wonder who drew it? An artist with lots of talent spent a long time drawing that cartoon. And up here you see a drawing, and you see two children reading it, and then we go on and we're going to go see what is happening when you draw a cartoon or anything that actually takes illustrations. It says, first, an artist has to think up a funny story to tell. Then he plans what will go in each drawing. Next, the artist sketches the main things that go in each box of the cartoon strip. He uses pencil in case he goofs. He draws balloons and writes words in them too. I wonder what that word means right there. Then the artist draws in the background. Some cartoon drawings need lines to show the walls in a room. Others need the moon or a few trees and clouds. After that, the artist traces all his pencil lines with ink. He uses fine pens, brushes, and art tools for adding lines and dots that look like shadows. An artist can cut out and glue patterns on the cartoon too. Last, the artist chooses colors for his drawings. He picks bright shades of blue, green, red, and yellow. Then he sends the comic strip to be printed. So you see, it is true. It takes time and talent to draw a cartoon. Can you think up an idea for a funny cartoon? Maybe you will invent a new comic strip. So that is our story for this week, for our Friday work. And before we go on to coloring, I want you to get your question sheet ready. And on our question sheet, it says, please read who drew the cartoon, which we just did, and answer the questions below. After you fold the booklet and answer the questions, please color it. So we're going to color it last. But Ms. Doman's going to read through these questions with you, and I'm going to urge you to hit the pause button whenever it comes time for you to answer the questions so that you can write down the answer. I can tell you what pages to find them on. So, for number 1, it says, name some words you could count as vocabulary words in this story. Now, one that automatically drew my eye was the word goofs. I think that would count as a vocab word because it means mistake, but some kids might not know that it would mean mistake. So goofs would be a very good vocabulary word. So I would write that on line 1. And then any other words that you could see throughout here all the way until page 7 that could count as vocabulary words. If you could just give me 3 or 4, that would be fine for number 1. Name some words you could count as vocabulary words in the story for number 1. For number 2, it says, what happens after an artist thinks up a funny story to tell? You can answer that on page 2. What type of tool does the artist use in case he makes a mistake? What type of tool does the artist use in case he makes a mistake? You could find that answer on page 3. Page 3. Number 4, what are some types of things an artist draws in the background of his cartoons? What are some types of things an artist draws in the background of his cartoons? That can be found on page 4. Page 4. Number 4 says, what are some types of things? I'm sorry, we just said number 4. Number 5, after an artist draws with pencil, he or she connects all the lines with what? That can be found on page 5. And then the next part of the question says, what are some other tools they can use to add to their cartoon? That can also be found on page 5. Remember, you're hitting the pause button in between questions because I'm going very fast. Number 6, what is the last step in the process for the artist's drawings? What is the last step in the process for the artist's drawings? You could find that on page 6. Number 6 can be found on page 6. What is the last step? Number 7 says, what are the 2 main characteristics it takes to draw a cartoon? What are the 2 main characteristics? You can find that on page 7. And I would say that it takes these 2 characteristics to do a lot of things in life. And finally, my favorite question when we do these types of stories, you're going to tell me yes or no. You're going to circle 1. Tell me if you like this story. You're going to circle yes or no, and you're going to tell me why. And remember, you are allowed an opinion on any book you read, on any assignment we have. You're going to tell me yes or no, I like this story, or no, yes, I like this story, no, I did not like this story, and tell me specifically why. Yes, you did, or no, you did not, and tell me why. And then your final part of this assignment, and I really enjoyed the pictures in this story, illustrated by Len. And I think this is wonderful for you to color. Now, if you do not have crayons, you could use colored pencils. You can use markers and take your time and really do a nice 3rd grade illustration coloring on this booklet. And as a reminder, sometimes it's good to read the story 2 or 3 times for better understanding. I've gone through it quickly, but the best thing that you could do to become a 3rd grade fluent reader is to just repeat. Practice makes perfect. So, if you need to watch this video again, that's great. And I wish you a happy Friday. Good luck with your work, and I will see you on Monday. Good luck, boys and girls.